Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Tamala and Taylor's Street Talk Tuesday. We decided to do this podcast live so that we can have a chat with you guys. So don't be shy. Go over to the comment section and say hello. We're just waiting a second on Tamala to come in so that we can get started with today's episode. How's everybody doing today? Having a good day so far?
Hi, everyone.
There she is. Hey, Tamala.
Hello. Too bright. Can you see me?
How are you? Yeah,
I'm
we
doing
can see you.
wonderful.
How are you?
Happy solstice, summer solstice.
Oh, it's going to be, what is that? That's the longest day of the year, right?
Yes.
The longest, and it seems like the hottest. Hello, I'm excited. Got my first notification. Yes, turn on those notifications. You can hear us and see when we come on live and we post our shows every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, which is why we are here now. 12 o'clock every Tuesday. Hi, CTW Coaching. How are you doing?
Hey, CTW.
Hope everybody's doing well. Happy that these comments are coming in and that everything is working correctly today. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to moderate at the same time as talk podcast. All right.
Yes, you, as a podcaster,
Hello,
you
how's your
multitask.
family? That is true. Multitasking. I think as a
How is the
human being,
connection? Can you give us a
multitasking
one or
is
two? How's the
one thing
connection?
that
Is it working?
type of one. I'm doing well, excited about the live show. We're excited too. So on today's live show, bless Tamala. They got a number one. All right. Good job. On today's episode, we want to just chat with you guys and see what we have some reviews about Tamala and Taylor's Street Talk Tuesday. And we want to know how you guys feel about whatever we're doing. So we're going to let you ask us any question that you like, but we have a couple questions for you as well. So they said that the connection is good. All right. Good. So we're probably going to put a poll up on our Facebook group. Oh, you can go, Tamala. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, just wanted to say welcome everyone to our live. We're definitely Tamala and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday, where we share about treats, business, and life. And the other part of that is just like Taylor said, we want to hear from you. You can ask us any questions. You know, we have our webinar coming up, 5 things you wish you knew when it comes to podcasting. And it's going to be on June 30th at 6 p.m. on our Facebook group. If you said that already, Taylor, sorry about that if I'm repeating. And definitely we want people to ask questions because we got a couple tips and things like that about how beneficial it is for people who are kind of on the fence about starting a podcast.
Yeah, definitely. So it says we just got one comment said it's good, but this starts to let I speak. So hopefully I'll talk slowly and that all gets cleared up. So what's the first? Do you guys have any questions for us in the comments? Let's start there. We had a couple people that are on the live.
Maybe we should first start with does anybody know what podcasting is?
That's a good one. What do you feel like podcasting is, Tamala, to you? Hey, Big Guy Journey. I don't think I'm live on Facebook too. I think I'm only live on YouTube. You know,
you're only live on Instagram?
Go live on Facebook. No, I'm live on YouTube. I'm gonna go live on Facebook too. I'm just gonna use my phone. We'll see how this works out.
We all know that when it comes to different connectivities and things, it's always a gamble. So, is it going to work? Is it not going to work?
Right? So, Eileen Williams said she heard about podcasting from Penna. So, Penna is a podcasting page, but it's for like children. So, my children listen to podcasts on Penna. And they have age-appropriate books and just different shows that they read to the children. So that's one place that people can do podcasting.
Yep, that's a good one. And we definitely know that it can be video and or audio, right? So if you don't want to show your face,
correct,
your background's messed up, you can do audio.
Right.
And there's so many ways
we're going to talk about
that
so you can go so many ways that what? So,
I'm outside, so I'm trying to. I have. I'm outside, so I have the air and the outside sounds going on. So I love podcasting simply because it can be live and it can be recorded. Okay, and today we're getting the live and all the things that goes with it. All the things that go with podcasting live. We use StreamYard for to go on multiple platforms, YouTube and Facebook if it's working right. Sometimes we use we mostly use our podcast via. Say again.
Oh, I just said it's working. I went live on our Facebook group, so hopefully some people come in from our Facebook group as well.
All right, excellent. Hi, Facebook land.
So what another question that we got was, does it cost a lot to start up a podcast? You want to answer it or you want me to answer it?
You want to take that one?
Oh. So when we started our podcast, we had absolutely zero funds put into the podcast. We found, if you guys know how me and Tamla started out, we met each other through a business coaching program that we were in, and they recommended podcasting because podcasting was one of the fastest growing things or fastest growing platforms that people were using. And so we started our podcast. It didn't cost us anything to start it, but time, lots of effort and lots of energy because we had a major learning curve, meaning that we didn't start out knowing anything about podcasting. So no, it didn't cost anything but some learning and some time.
Yeah, and also I would say the cost part of it would probably be just a cell phone, your cell phone bill. That would be the cost of it to get in, because we started out on Anchor.fm and we were just doing audio. And we transitioned to audio and video probably about, I'd probably say 6 or 8, maybe 10 podcasts in. And we've had over 100 podcasts now. So I think we're pros at this, but we're still learning, right? Pros, but learning.
Right. We are. We're definitely still learning. That's never going to stop. Actually, we learned from coming on today, but I would say as you grow, things will start, to cost more. If you want like your microphones, cameras, and different things like that, you might want to like upgrade them. But most basic, start with your phone, start with what you have. And we'll have a lot more like tips as we go on into the webinar, which is going to be on the 30th. You guys can it's called 5 Things You Wish You Know Before Starting Podcasts. So Big Guy Journey said, hi, I am Brooklyn. If you're familiar with our podcast, we have our own little special guest, Brooklyn, and she's faithful listener to Tamla and Taylor's Street Talk Tuesday. And she said, hi, I am Brooklyn. And Big Journey said, Brooklyn, the city. So they're over here chatting away in this comment section of Brooklyn.
I love
Brooklyn.
it.
Y'all so silly. So silly.
I love it. Humor. And if you want, if Big Guy Journey, comedy is one of the top podcasts that are out there. So there's like a list of podcasts that are really, if people want to get into podcasting, comedy is one. I can always get a chuckle when Big Guy Journey is on. He's always saying something funny when he's on here. So if you are into podcasting as something into your future, then you might want to consider it, because comedy is a big area on podcasting. So just a food for thought.
So yeah, definitely. Did you know that he has a podcast? Can you guess what the name of his podcast is?
Oh, please put it in the comments.
Put your Anchor link in the comments. You will not guess ever what the name of his podcast is. Ours is pretty straightforward. We didn't feel like anybody else was gonna have this name. We kind of just like came up with it with like not much thought behind it. We was like, we wanted to have our name and we wanted to have, the thing that we did. So we had one free day available that week, And so that's how we came up with Tamla and Taylor's Street Talk Tuesday. But we definitely would like you to put in more. I said Brooklyn the city. He said don't everybody speak at showing out. But the name of his podcast is Fat, Broke, and Single.
Oh.
Makes you wonder. Lots of things.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot behind that title.
Right. Yeah, so drop it in the comments so that people can check out your podcast as well. CTW Coaching says she calls our podcast 5T. Yes, definitely call it 5T for short. Tamla and Taylor's Street Talk Tuesday podcast.
And what works with Taylor and myself?
Have any other questions?
I just want to say this little part, Taylor. What works for Taylor and myself, definitely you can do it alone, but it's great when you have a co-host to share the platform with, because you can bounce ideas off each other. You can come up with a schedule. You can kind of like on her demo weeks, I can kind of do some other things besides doing, a demo myself. So we do 2 demos per month. Okay. And then 2 months, we sometimes, or 2 times a month, that's what I want to say. And on some months, we have guests that come in and share our platform. We have other bakers, we have other treat makers, we have other people in business like CTW Coaching and the like. And we have authors on our podcast. So there's so many things you can do with your podcast. If you want to save somebody time, you want to save somebody money, you want to talk about relationships, you want to talk about education, you want to talk about politics. I wouldn't, but I digress. You might want to discuss about being a mom or being a single dad or being, in married life, cooking. That's what we do. There's so many podcasts about cooking. And I'm going to talk to the guys in the room here is that most guys follow podcasts. Okay. So most guys are into podcasting. So it's just food for thought. I would love for you to stop by and join us on Thursday, the 30th at 6:00 p.m. And it's going to be on our Facebook group, Tamla and Taylor's Street Talk Tuesday, AKA 5T podcast. Just food for thought, AKA also known as 5T podcast. So, Taylor, I'm going to have you send this out.
More comments. Big Guy Journey said he needs a co-host on Fat, Broke, and Single. He said,
hey,
listen
go
to
for
it and tell me what you think. And then I told him to put it in the comment section. He ain't put it in there yet. And then we having this debate. He said, what is a podcast? And he said, I don't know, but the Bible said, don't cast your pearls before swine. How you know which swine and which ain't swine if you podcasting? Anybody can listen, sir. So, then we have another, don't be missing stuff. We have another comment that says, I want to start a young entrepreneur podcast with my children as my co-host. I think that would be very awesome because, like we were talking about earlier, with the platform Penna, it gives children the opportunity to be able to listen to podcasts. They even have one for like the kids version of the New York Times. So that's a really good one too. So they get the information without all of the added, I want to say like added politicking they have on the regular times. So that's a great idea to start a young entrepreneurs podcast with your children as your co-host. CTW Coaching. Then we have Eileen Williams. I really enjoyed following this Tamla and Taylor Street Talk Tuesday. Oh, thank you. But she says in her next comment, that she needs at least 30 minutes. So that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about or doing a poll about in our Facebook group, because we have some people that say our podcast is too short, and then we have other people that says our podcast is too long. We take a vote and just find out what's the difference is, because I watch long podcasts because I normally watch them while I'm doing something, like, or listen to them while I'm doing something like washing the dishes or cleaning up, just I'm focused on it because I'm hearing it, but I'm also doing other things like the multitasking that we talked about earlier. So we're going to be talking about that in the group and just letting you guys know what's like the average times when we do our webinar next week. So we thank you definitely for the feedback that we have. Big Guy Journey said, Tam, are you okay with your new nickname?
Tam is my new nickname. I didn't know I had one.
He's like, Tam, are you okay with your new nickname? Just, you can know.
I don't mind.
Well, you can let him know.
I've been called worse.
Man, life will give you some real lemons. We've been called worse. That's a good one. At least it's close to your name, okay? You just shortened it a little bit. But yes, so that's what we have. She says she's good with her nickname, Big Guy Journey. Well, it has been a very good episode. We're happy that we're on here and went live, and that you guys are chatting and up with us. We want you to let us know, even after this is over, we have longer podcasts or shorter podcasts. Let us know in the comments, and definitely check us out on Facebook, our Facebook group, and we'll put in the description below a link to sign up for next week's webinar if you would like to. And with that being said, as always, we would like, CTW Coaching said you guys look beautiful today. Thanks. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
And Big Guy Journey said you're like family, so you get a nickname.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I feel like family.
Appreciate you. And Miss Eileen Williams, no, Tremaine did not drop in. He is busy, but we appreciate him anyway. And I will drop the link in the description to his podcast, which is Fat, Broke, and Single. So you guys, we appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us. We will enter Brooklyn one day. All of the children want to be interviewed.
That would be nice. That would be a wonderful summertime opportunity for 5T. I would love it. How to become an entrepreneur at any age.
Yeah. That's a good topic, because people can start being entrepreneurs. I've seen like young bakers that are like 5 years old that decorating full cakes. So I feel like that is definitely a great topic to talk about, young entrepreneurs. I heard that you hit the like, and I will add in the link to the podcast. And we want you guys to, as always, have a blessed week. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with us. Bye.
Bye.